What's up, everybody? AJ Valdez here with some more just football talk. I was sitting here just thinking, like, all these strikers that are on the market right now. We got Vardy, you got Watkins. The big one they're talking about right now is Sesko to Newcastle, our Man United, right? 80 million, a big deal. Who will he choose? There's a lot that revolves around that. You can check out my last video. I talked about what that means for Liverpool and getting Isak. But nobody's really talking about one striker in particular. And I know his numbers are not great, and people will say he misses so many chances, but I think he causes a lot of chaos. I think if he could be a starter in a team where he's the main striker, right, where he's starting every game, and he's relied on, and he's getting regular, because it's hard. I believe it's hard for any striker to come off the bench, right, and make an impact, and he has. This guy Núñez has made an impact. That's what I'm talking about, Núñez. He has made an impact off the bench so many times for Liverpool, against Forest, against Newcastle, right? He scored 2. I just wonder why nobody's talking about him. Now, his numbers are not great. I actually put him on a head-to-head with Sesko. Sesko had 45 appearances this season, 21 goals, 6 assists, right? So that's 27 in, right, across the board in total. But listen to this. He had 3,258 minutes. Núñez, right, 47 appearances, 7 goals, no assist, total 7, right? He only started 8 games this season, was substituted for 22 games, and he only played a total of 2,000 minutes this season, right? Now this is the head-to-head. Sesko scored 13 Champions League goals, right? 13 league goals. So Sesko only got 13 league goals and 4 in the Champions League. What? So you're telling me 80 million for a guy that only got 13 league goals? Is that right? That can't be right, can it? Núñez got 5 league goals. Now you gotta remember, Núñez wasn't a starter. He wasn't the main striker. Last season we played Gappo down the middle. We played Diaz. They were inverted. They were changing position. Mostly Diaz. Diaz was like, I would say, our main striker last season. He was down the middle, or sometimes they would put Salah down the middle. It was just like, we had no out and out like main man. Like how I reckon if we get Isak, he's our number 9, right? I feel like Núñez could be somebody's number 9 in the Premier League. I don't know why like Newcastle and other clubs are not looking at him. Like, I know he's a bit older than Sesko, but you look at their head-to-head, it's not much. Like, if you look at chances created, right, per 90 or per game, Núñez has 6 chances created per game, higher passing accuracy than Sesko, which is crazy. Now, he doesn't take all those chances, right? But he does. He creates a lot of chances, and some of those chances he should take. Sesko leads in tackles, interceptions, and duels. But I would say that's because he's a starter. Núñez is not a starter. He comes off the bench. Sesko is stronger defensively. Sesko is the younger, more prolific, right? He has 21 goals. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? If you look at the head-to-head here, minutes played, right? Sesko 3,200, Núñez 2,000. Sesko scores about 1 goal every 2 games. It's not bad. Núñez more like 6 to 7, 1 goal every 6 to 7 games. Now, that's only the past season. I reckon if this guy's a starter, if Núñez is a starter for your club, right? I don't know why no Premier League teams are looking at him. I reckon they can get over 40 or 50 million. And that's any other Premier League club. But I wouldn't want to see him go to any other Premier League club. The guy is power. I can see him going somewhere and being successful. Whether that's the Italian league, because Italian league you get more time on the ball, more time to finish. Maybe it's the pace of the Premier League, But it's saying that you never know, Maybe it's the pressure too. He was one of our most expensive players at Liverpool. That adds to it. That kind of pressure. Maybe he goes somewhere else, and that kind of pressure is not on him. That he could just play the game. Maybe he's too much in his head. Thinking about the chances. So maybe that had a lot to do with it. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I really see the potential in Núñez. And I know a lot of Liverpool fans will agree with me, and some won't. But some will agree with me. The guy has so much potential. Like, some of the goals he has scored, if you go back and look at some of the goals, some of them were unbelievable. Like, whoa, how did he score that? Like, some of them are so difficult, and then some of them were so easy that he missed. You're like, how did he miss that? but some of them were so difficult. So he has quality in him, but it's just a matter of getting the right coach to work with him and get that quality out of him. I don't know if you guys seen him in preseason. He was scoring goals too. But yeah, it was just a question. I was just sitting here. I was like, man, why has nobody looked at Núñez in the Premier League? Like, why Newcastle not? Why is that not an option for them? I honestly, I don't want him to go to Newcastle. Because I think he'd go there, and I think he'd tear it up. I really do. I think that he just needs to get more consistent in his finishing. But maybe it was the price tag. Maybe it was the pressure of Liverpool, because he like I said, it was one of our marquee signings. I remember when we signed him, it was a lot of money. Like, dang, we're spending that much money on a striker. I was surprised, right? I was surprised. Even now, I'm surprised now too with Isak that we're going to go 130 million. People are talking 150 million. I don't know. I feel like we are going to get Isak, depending on Sesko. I talked about that in the last video. But I just was sitting here thinking, like, Núñez, like, he's a great option for any club. Like, as a Liverpool fan, I would keep him. That's how much I like him. I would keep him on the bench because he is that type of player. He come on and create chaos and score a goal like he did against Newcastle with 10 men Liverpool had, like he did it against Forest in the dying minutes, right? That was under Klopp. He did that. He did again too. I want to say it was Brentford this season. We couldn't break them down, and Trent crossed it in, I remember, and Núñez tapped it in, and it was like the dying minutes of the game. And he's that type of player. He gets important goals. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. Maybe I'm just talking rubbish. Let me know. But as always, guys, Agent Valdez here. I'll see you in the next one.
Love football? Live for the drama, the moments, the transfers? This is where football meets creativity. Transfer, highlights, faith-fueled moments, shorts, news, edits. From the Premier League to the prayer room, we do it all. Subscribe now and join the squad. It's football like you've never seen it before.